Lahore Grammar School, Quetta, lesson by Faiza Shah for grade 7. Component is comprehension. The topic, the ugly duckling, has been taken from your reader. Tell me a story. Characters of the story are ugly duckling, little ducks, mother goose, cat, hen, old duck, and swans. Now, the ugly duckling, he is the main character. He was born ugly, and everybody was scared of him. They would tease him. He felt lonely because he had no friends, and he felt scared, rejected, unloved, and misunderstood. When he saw the swans, he was amazed by their beauty, but he did not envy them. He just wanted to be around somebody who understood him. And when he turned into a swan, he did not become a stuck up, he just became happy. Now, Mother Goose is, she loved the ugly duckling because obviously she's a mother, and like any other mother, she was caring and loving towards him and always defended him. The old duck, she was a stuck up and wanted to get rid of the duckling because he was big and ugly. So she kept telling the mother that it's not a duck, it's definitely a turkey, and you should, just abandon him. Then there was Hen. The hen made the ugly duckling feel unappreciated for not laying eggs, because obviously a hen lays eggs, and he couldn't. So also the hen always complained that the duckling is arrogant and he only loves himself. Now there was also a cat. The cat told ugly duckling that he's worthless and his idea of swimming is weird. So he was unwanted and no one understood him, so he was quite distressed. Summary of the story. The Ugly Duckling is a story about the troubles and suffering of a young swan that got hatched from an egg in a duck's nest. He was marked as different, and there all of his troubles started. He was humiliated in many ways and abused, which ended up with him not trusting himself. He thought that he was worthless and he left the ducks. There is an obvious link between the people relations and the story. Now, the story tells us about the little ugly duckling, but in real life, people don't often look at others' inner virtues, what they see outside. Apparently, if a person is beautiful, they would be appreciated, but if a person is not beautiful, they'll not even get a chance. That's wrong. One should look for the inner virtues rather than looking for the outer apparent beauty. Excuse me. Everything that is different is wrong, and it is hard to function in a world where nobody understands those who are different in some way. So, Anderson, he decided to show the rejection from others in a different way. Here, he shows it off through the behavior of the ducks towards the swan. And it is, somehow it is said that this story also reflects the life of Anderson himself. Okay, the story starts with the beautiful summer, and the reader can see the woods and the lakes inside the wood. On a sunny meadow, we have a house that can remind us of a fortress. Have you ever seen a fortress? A fortress, big fortress, and then there's normally water, and then there is a bridge and all that. So, anyhow, the house on the sunny meadow remind us of a fortress. And somewhere behind the wall and the burdock, there is a duck's nest. The goose hid her nest from curious people, and she sat on her eggs. It was a long and boring job, but it was worth it. When she heard her ducks coming out of their eggs, and at the beginning they thought it was a huge world, but soon the mother goose explained to them that the view in front of them wasn't the whole world. So, as you can see in the pictures, one egg, the biggest, is not hatched yet. It was very large and ugly. He was different, so big and ugly that even brothers and sisters were unkind to him, and he felt miserable, so at last he ran away. Anyway, all of the ducks hatched, but one egg stayed still, and it was the biggest one. At that moment, an old goose appeared, and that was the old duck. What did she say? She said, she told the mother goose that the biggest egg was a turkey egg and that she should leave it because little turkeys only cause trouble. Mothers are well known for their love and dedication, so she decided to wait for the last egg to open up. Mother Goose was surprised that the duck in the egg was young but very ugly. Despite that, the duck entered the water and started swimming. That made the Mother Goose very happy and proud because she knew that turkeys couldn't swim. Mother Goose took her ducklings to the older goose because they had to bow down to her to get their highest honor, which is a red patch tied around their leg. It was a sign that the ducks did not want to lose their new member, and it made them stand between the animals and the plants. While the little ducklings were approaching the old goose, many of them started to complain about the ugly duckling. One duck even bit him, but the mother goose protected him. Soon others started to pick on him, and not only the ducks but also the chickens and the turkeys. The duckling did not have it easy as the day passed, but it got harder. They even started calling him a freak. They called him names. The ugly duckling finally stepped up and decided to run away from the humiliation and the suffering. Soon he realized that loneliness wasn't easy either. He got hungry, thirsty, and soon he confronted some hunters and their dogs. He spent some time at an old lady's house. She was legally blind, but she had a hen and a cat. And there, the ugly duckling, poor thing, he was expected to lay eggs. And because he couldn't, he was treated, once again, he wasn't treated nicely. A year passed by, and the duckling turned into a beautiful, wonderful swan. He was the most beautiful between the swans. He finally experienced happiness after all those troubles. Well, this is the summary of the story. Question and answers. The mother duck could see that the ugly duckling was different but accepted him as he was. What did she say that makes you think this is true? The hen said to the ugly duckling, "Don't be a conceited child." Now you have to find the meaning of conceited in order to answer this question. Why did she think the ugly duckling was conceited? So, look for the word conceited. Which characters in the story can be truly described as conceited? Why did the cat and the hen think the ugly duckling was not sensible? Can you relate the character of the ugly duckling with Hans Christian? You need to draw a table, write the similarities between Hans and the ugly duckling. Words for meaning and sentence making: glorious, meadows, burdock, plunged, instant, yonder, peculiar, disposition, marsh, dilapidated, ceased, dazzling, endured, rustled, misfortune, splendor, persecuted, breeding. Please look for the meaning, make sentences, submit your assignments by Friday, and I'll be looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Till we meet again. Take care. Bye bye.